Now, nearly 3 months into the term of New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio, of which TJ's a huge fan, we have seen a trend develop here. It's called de Blasio time. And it turns out the mayor has a tendency not just to be a little late for events, but every event, and sometimes really late, including today's when he signed a paid sick leave law into effect, a big plank in his election campaign. He showed up 44 minutes late. Now, cue the complaints on Twitter from some of the political press corps, including Dave Evans from Channel 7. He said, late again in de Blasio land, only 33 minutes so far, signature paid sick leave event, Bill signing. You got DeMarsha Kramer from CBS saying de Blasio aide checked pens at Bill signing to make sure that they worked. Mayor, 40 minutes late and counting, no one here to use pens. All right, it keeps going, okay? Dom, you've covered enough of folks in City Hall. Are they all like this, or is this guy?
Richard, I've covered them all closely since Koch. Every mayor since Koch. This is absolutely ridiculous. Dave Evans and Marsha Kramer should be ashamed of themselves. Every mayor that I've known since Koch, they all operate on what we call black time. That's what it's really called, being late. And every mayor of New York City, because they greet people, they stop, they show up late. This is nothing new. Do they have nothing else to do with their time?
Well, I know you agree with him,
Who's
right?
that?
Meaning Marsha Kramer and Dave Evans.
First of all, I think there's a little bit of the world revolves around me from some of the political
I didn't want to
press
say
corps.
it.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said it.
Because
I didn't want to say the egos of some of these reporters.
I've got to file a story
of which
for
we are some of them.
Right. I got to file a story for 3 or 4 o'clock, and this guy's making me wait.
Right.
What the nerve of this guy? I've been here for 20 years.
By the way,
Mayor's been mayor for 4
Dominic
months.
will be performing with some of these same folks.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
I forgot about that one.
But I got to say, there is a bit of an echo chamber and enabling system in place. If we can, Ralph, some guy named O'Brien Murray was on Twitter also today, basically channeling all of these tweets that were going out from all the political reporters. You tweeted something like, "Hey, why doesn't the press just leave? How long will you wait?"
Yeah,
because that's what we do.
I love
it. I've
I've always wondered, that looks like he's making like a grand entrance.
Rudy wasn't late to his events? Rudy Giuliani?
Every single event that this man has, even ones at the Blue Room, even ones that he totally controls, he is consistently
What about Rudy?
45 minutes late. 45
Rudy
minutes
stormed
late.
out of some of his news conferences.
He stormed out, but at least he was there.
But he was
But
late.
45 minutes
Rudy
late.
Giuliani,
How late?
Michael Bloomberg
How late?
operated on black time just like this
They were
man.
not 45 minutes late
Racist.
this consistently, Dominic.
It's not racist
You know
if I
what?
say it.
As a black man,
if you said it, it is. All right.
Here's the rule. Nobody wants to hear us complain.
Yeah.
This is true.
We have pretty nice jobs.
This is true.
This is Marsha, you, Dave. I mean, nobody wants to hear you a little
This is
whining,
true.
You know?
But
Preach.
don't you think this impacts the coverage that he gets too? There's
Definitely.
a little bit of like,
Yes.
my God, he's keeping us waiting. This
This
guy's
is-
not going to do anything
it
right
could.
on my watch.
Earlier this week,
It's
I
making
called.
its way into their pieces, if you
But
notice.
yes.
They talk about how late he is instead of what the story was, as if the
that's
public
true.
cares.
That is at the top of the page. You're right.
Earlier this week, I called this mayor the accidental mayor for a number of reasons: campaign finance, board's involvement, Quinn not being able to be campaigning with Mayor Koch, God rest his soul.
that is a Democrat.
And
Go
some,
on.
well, no. But the point
How
is, there were a
many points did
number.
he win by?
There was number. No. The
was a
point
nail
is,
biter.
he never had the runoff he should have had because of other outside issues at that point when they pulled lose money. Number one, but number two, I also called this the game that couldn't shoot straight. This office in the mayor's office right now can't get any
His
messaging
communication
right. This is
department
one
has been-
area that's easy to fix, and if they
Yeah.
did this right, maybe they could do some other things right. Let's start walking before we run. At this point, this office has not been able to do anything
last
right.
week-
As long as they showed up on time, everything would be honky-dory.
No, you got to start somewhere. You got to
the
start
East
somewhere.
Was Rudy late to his events?
How late and how
Was
often?
Rudy late to his events?
But there's a certain.
So what's the difference between Giuliani
10 minutes
and de
and 45
Blasio?
minutes is a heck of a lot of time.
Rudy
and it's
was a lot
every
later
time.
than 10 minutes. And it
And-
depended on what mood he was in based on what we had to
got
deal
more
with.
deadlines now. We got a deadline for 3 o'clock, a deadline
Yeah.
for 4
Last
o'clock, a deadline
week,
for 5
the
o'clock. We
East
got to
Harlem
post online. We got to
explosion-
get
the East Harlem
Twitter.
explosion-
Oh my God!
And now you can follow the clock.
The East Harlem explosion happened at
2 or 3 clock
9:31 a.m. We did not see de Blasio at all until afternoon.
Quit complaining.
And there was nothing
But
else.
on some disasters,
And there was
One at a time.
Richard,
Yeah.
on
Guys,
some
wait, I
disasters,
started. I have a
but on-
legitimate point to
TJ,
make. And I'm very
Can you make it? Yeah.
but
Kinda.
Richard,
I was
on
gonna
some
finish- I was gonna
disasters,
finish with-
we didn't see Bloomberg at all. So what are you talking about?
I'm
Because
talking about-
Bloomberg was in Bermuda.
You know what, Jesus? I am talking about the latest incident. And the latest incident was the big East Harlem explosion. It happened on his
Listen,
watch, and he was 2.5
All I know
hours
is
late.
somebody here said it, and
There
I
you
think
go.
they're right. Athletes, entertainers, and media. Nobody cares about our problems, all right? Nobody cares. And whenever we whine and complain, it just proves how deluded we are and how self-important we put ourselves. But it
Show
is
them
working
your
its
cane.
way into the coverage. Yes, poor Andrew's
I'm
limping.
suffering
He's
for my
limping.
work.
I got a
Please,
thing.
please, Andrew, I'm begging you, break it out on him in the break, all right? I'm going to
I'll
wrap
come
the
back.
show up after the break. Stay with us.